Hello everyone. In the previous video, I shared with you the meaning of Ramad and Ramadan, but it seems like some people did not quite understand it, or they might not even have the means to actually be able to check the true meaning of it on a reliable dictionary. So I just wanted to make this very quick video, go over the true meaning of it on several dictionaries. The first dictionary that we're going to look at is Lisan al-Arab. Lisan al-Arab is the closest dictionary to the time of the Prophet. It's really the best you can find out there, because remember, a lot of these words, the meanings have changed since then. For example, Ramadan, if you look at current dictionaries, they tell you it means that the person who is fasting because of hunger becomes so hot and things like that. Literally nonsense. Not that it's wrong, it's just the meaning of these words have changed since then. It's just things are very different. Language evolves, constantly evolves. So you have to be able to find a dictionary that is as close as possible to the time of the Prophet, so that you are basically weeding out a lot of noise, cultural noise that has happened during the past 1300 years. And a lot has happened because Islam grew into various continents and obviously adopted some of the cultures. So these words gradually evolved into meaning various things, right? So that's why that's my first choice is Lisan al-Arab. However, there's a difficulty with it. Lisan al-Arab is in Arabic, so you actually have to understand Arabic in order to understand this. But let's look at it. So this is Ramad. So again, as you can see, this is talking about Ramad here. And what I say, al-matar. Al-matar means rain. Al-mataru ya'ati, it means the rain that comes قبل الخريف, right before the fall season. فيجد الأرض حارة محترقة. And the earth, when this rain comes, basically the earth is very hot. So this is, remember, this is talking about the last month of summer, September, end of September. It said the rain that comes at the end of summer and at the beginning of fall, and the earth is still pretty hot. It's very hot temperature. If you have lived in Middle East or places where they have very similar weather to that area, you know what it's talking about. It's really hot, and then suddenly you have the sky becomes clouded and very little rain comes. But it's hot earth and rain comes on it. So that's exactly what it says. So what is Ramad? One more time. Al-matar means rain. Ya'ati, rain that comes. Qubul al-kharif, before fall. So rain that comes right before fall, end of summer, right? فَيَجِدُ الْأَرْضَ حَارَةً مُحْتَرِقَةً, and finds the ground very hot, burning hot. So that is a matar. So basically that's why they call it early rain or first rain at the end of summer, beginning of fall. So it's the first rain. Earth is pretty dry. You cannot plow it because it's so hard. It's dry. In Middle East it's very dry. And then suddenly this rain comes. It's the early rain, the first rain that comes and makes the earth plowable. Gradually, of course, gradually. Lisan al-Arab. And this is another dictionary. This is a stained grass. It's much kind of, it's Arabic to English, easier to understand. Again, it tells us the exact same thing. Ramadan, Ramadi, rain towards the end of summer. That's why they call it early rain, first rain. This is another Arabic dictionary. This is again old, but again none of these are as old as Lisan al-Arab. So that's the best that is out there. But again, it talks about Ramaz, burning of anger, and then it says rain falling on heated ground. On heated ground. Again, this rain happens at the end of summer, right at the beginning usually of fall. And that's a Ramad. That's the first rain, the early rain, first rain. right after summer. That's why they call it first rain. But if you can't find any of those dictionaries, you can always go to Al-Ma'ani. Al-Ma'ani is on Google. You can Google it, Al-Ma'ani. However, I noticed that, interestingly, if you look it up in Al-Ma'ani from Arabic to English, it doesn't give you this. So you actually have to look this under Al-Ma'ani into Arabic, which is really interesting. I just was checking it. I was kind of surprised. I usually don't read the Arabic to English. I read this when I understand it, but it was interesting that I saw that actually doesn't have it in Arabic to English. But anyway, this is Ramad. This is Al-Ma'ani. And again, what is Ramad? It's the exact same thing that Lisan al-Arab told us. Al-Mataru, basically the rain, ya'ati, that comes قبل الخريف, right before fall, at the beginning of fall. فَيَجِدُ الْعَرَضَ حَارَةٌ مُحْتَرَقَةٌ, basically, and find the earth very hot. Basically, the early rain, the first rain at the end of summer, at the beginning of fall, that's what they call it. That's why they call it the first rain. So you have to understand what that means. This is the first rain after summer, after an extended period of drought. Ground is pretty hot, and this rain comes and falls on it. So and that's what they call first rain. So one more time, again, the meaning of these Ramadan, the Arabic meaning of this, I don't know who named this, but whoever it was a genius. So it really doesn't surprise me if the Prophet himself or angel of the Lord commanded the Prophet to name them that way. It's a very genius way. Otherwise, this would have really been messed up. The name of the months in Islamic months, that the names that we have are really just such a great guide, and there is no way anyone on earth can change them. If you change one of them, the whole thing will fall apart. So I don't know if it's divine, but I feel like it's divine. But that's not from God. I have no clue. That's my conjecture. So I just want you to know the way they have been named, and I go over the names in previous video. Please go watch those. I go through the names and I demonstrate from those names how they they fit the cultural framework of that region and the major events of the year and each season and each month. In fact, if you go to any other culture nowadays, like the name of the months that we have, August, September, really they don't make any sense. There's nothing special about them. But when you look at Islamic names of the months, this is obviously pre-Umayyad. This is before the Umayyad. They're beautiful. They're designed for specific months. For example, Ramadan or Sha'aban. Or you have Rabi'ul Awwal, first month of spring. Rabi'ul Thani, second month of spring. Then right after that, Jumad al-Awwal, first dry month. Jumad al-Thani, second dry month. It's beautiful. And then you go to the last 4 months and starts with Zulqa'dah, possessor of the truce, Zulhajjah, possessor of pilgrimage, then Muharram, which is forbidden, Muharram, sacred, and then last month, Safar, which is void. Basically, the first one tells you that we are right in the truce months, and the last one tells you that truce months are about to become void. It's just beautiful. You can't change anything. That's why I don't know if it's divine or not, but to me, I feel like it could be divine because it's just so beautiful and really nice. Peace and blessings to all of you.